Thank you for joining us. I am Dr. Joyce of IdealAging, and this young lady is Christina Niles. She's had the wisdom to take very seriously the research on cocoa and on stevia. So I'm here in her home teaching her how I mix it up in bulk so that I don't have to do repetitive actions. I'm not good at repetitive tasks. So I make it up in bulk and put some in storage, and that's what we're going to be learning today. So Christina, you and I went out and bought your 2 boxes of your favorite cocoa, and you had the salt, of course, and then we have the stevia because the research on stevia is growing and very powerful and very positive. So all you're going to do is you're going to add the dry ingredients. So go ahead and do that.
Okay. Add the salt first?
You know, it's your preference. And that's good. Use the spatula so you're sure that you get all of the salt. And then the stevia. Very nice. Now all you do is stir those together until you and I think that the dry ingredients are mixed enough. And as soon as we're happy with that, and we tend to get happy quickly because cocoa powders up, and you don't want to be wearing, I don't want to be wearing cocoa all over my clothing. So.
Should have got the apron out.
No, well, we could have had worn away apron. That might have been smart.
Okay.
That's good. And now add 1 glass of water in whatever way you want to, and stir that in. And for starters, you'll be adding about half of that other glass of water. We pre-measured the water to get the right amount for whatever the cocoa condition is today, to see that it gets the right amount of water. And while she's stirring, let me tell you, that's about it. As soon as Christina and I are happy with how well mixed this cocoa, salt, and stevia are, then we're going to mix up a glass of cocoa, and we'll each taste the cocoa to see if we think that it's the proper ingredients and the proper mixture.
You think we need more water?
Yes. In fact, looking at it, I think I just would pour in the whole amount. There we go. It varies a little bit from time to time. I don't know why, because I'm not a food manufacturer, but in any case, it's just a matter of mixing this up.
It's tough.
Then, as soon as she's finished, I'll show you how much cocoa I make. And what I've learned to do, I've read the research, and the latest study that I read indicated that with 3.5 tablespoons of cocoa, you have better circulation of blood to your brain, and that's how come we drink pretty strong cocoa. And again, while she's mixing, one other interesting fact, you hear a lot of information about why you should have dark cocoa, dark chocolate they say, but we use cocoa because we want to make it without the unhealthy ingredients that are added. So one of the interesting studies recently is that it seems to be that some of the flavonoids in cocoa, those are the important antioxidants, they tend to bind with the proteins of milk, and then you have less of them because of that chemical component. So that's another reason why we mix it up this way and have it ready, and it looks like that was a pretty perfect amount of water. And you think you have it all mixed in well enough?
It looks like it to me. What do you think?
I think it looks rather wonderful. I think you've done a pretty stellar job. So now comes the hard part. You take as much as you want. And one of the things that I've learned over time is if I take this to I took it to a bicycling group. I'm a global bicyclist. And I took this to a global bicycling group and had them mix it up their own way. And they didn't see anything really special about it. But I think the thing that makes it special is that we drink it so dark. So now all you do is add some of that water, however much you want, say up to here maybe, something like. And you can go ahead, that's fine, that'll be fine.
Okay.
And then you can just, you just use this to stir it around. And it doesn't take very long to mix it in. But the beauty of this is you put the rest of this into jars or some other kind of container and put it in the refrigerator or freezer. I make it up. As I said, I'm not really good at repetitive tasks, so I actually mix up 7 boxes at a time. And then I have a couple of large peanut butter jars, wide mouth ones, and is it very well mixed? You're happy?
I think so.
Okay, and then add as much, wait 1 second, let me just tell you one other thing. The reason we use soy milk instead of regular milk is, well, there are many reasons why we do that. But since I read the research saying that the cocoa elements might bind with the with the proteins in milk, there's no research on soy milk, and they have to be different proteins. So my husband decided he didn't want to take a chance on that, so he drinks his without soy milk. You get to decide that for yourself. I personally think they're different proteins. Besides, I like it better. So I mix in as much soy as I want. He uses, when he would use plain soy. I also generally mix mine with vanilla soy because it just adds that extra little flavor to it. So add as much soy as you want and stir it.
How much do you normally use?
I would put it up pretty much to I go by color, and I like that color. I'd quit there. And again, your goal, according to this latest research, the researcher, not me, I don't give medical advice here, but the researcher suggests that 3.5 tablespoons of cocoa would be a good amount to have each day. However, if you choose to mix your cocoa and drink it with that much cocoa in it, you probably want to use a straw. I assume you have a couple of straws handy.
I do have a straw.
Okay. Because the cocoa will color your teeth. It's easy for a dental hygienist to get it off, but why would you do that to yourself? So we drink it with a straw. So you taste it, and I should have tasted it first. You know why? Because I know what taste I'm expecting it to have.
I like it.
Well, there you go.
Do you want to
Ladies
taste
and
it?
gentlemen, I hope you enjoy mixing up your own cocoa for the health of it. I'm not sure I should have used that phrase, but the bottom line is there's so much health in the cocoa alone. There's a building body of research on the stevia, which is also healthy. And some of us really like things sweet. So if you're going to make them sweet, pick the sweetener of your choice. This is the only one I know the research on, and that's why I recommend that. And thank you for joining us.